What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2 and another Defense Spotlight. Today we are going to talk about Flame Auras. Now, we're not going to talk about endgame Flame Auras, we're going to talk about early game Flame Auras. Endgame Flame Auras are already covered on the channel. I'll throw a link to that spotlight down in the description if that is what you're looking for. We're talking about how you build your Flame Auras as you progress up through the Chaos tiers. Now, of course, the Monk came from Dungeon Defenders 1, and we all loved our big, fat, juicy Aura stacks in DD1. There is no doubt about that. Now, the Monk is one of my favorites, and I know Flame Auras particularly are one of the most commonly used defenses in the game. It's tough these days to load into a map, any public map in any tier, and not see some Flame Auras. Now, I get lots and lots of questions. Of course, I usually focus on what you want to get to and what you use at the end game. In this video, I wanted to take a step back and talk about how you get through the ranks and get the Flame Auras up to that point. Now, first things first, let's take a moment and talk about mods. Mods are not important as you're progressing. Mods can be very, very helpful. However, you don't want to go out of your way to find mods because you're going to be replacing your gear all the time. In a lot of situations, you could potentially replace your gear every single map. So you don't want to mess with mods. You don't want to worry about having to move them around, and just use what you get. Now, on that same note, boom mods can be very, very powerful early game. So if you get any boom mods, particularly melee boom or ranged boom, put those on your most used defenses. I personally would probably rank melee boom 1 and then ranged boom the second. The reason I say those two is it's kind of a 50-50 split. Not quite 50-50, but almost an even split of all of the mobs that could potentially come your way. Now, with that being said, progressing through the game is all about the shards, and we all know that the shard grind can be pretty rough. And what do you use as you are progressing through the various tiers? Now, first off, let's start off in campaign. In campaign, you're going to get the defense crit damage shard, increases the defense crit damage of the affected tower by 20%, and you're going to get the fortification shard. Now, in Flame Auras, the fortification shard can be a little bit of quality of life, not having to repair or upgrade your Flame Auras as often. However, if you only have one, don't put it on your Flame Auras, put it on your walls. The Flame Aura can really do without it, and the only reason that I put that on this list at all is because that's all you get. If you're going through campaign, the only possibility of shards that you could get for your Flame Auras would be defense crit damage and fortification. So at the end of campaign, in an ideal situation, you would have these two shards. Like I said, fortification, throw it on your walls first, don't throw it on your Flame Auras. Now moving on along to Chaos 1, so you beat the campaign and adventure mode and you're off to the expeditions or onslaught and Chaos 1 shards. Now in Chaos 1, one of, if not the most powerful, most used shard in the game right now is Destruction. You're going to use this shard all the way through to endgame until you eventually guild it and or upgrade it through mastery with mass destruction. So after completing Chaos 1, your ideal shard setup in your Flame Auras is basically going to be all you really have. You've got defense crit damage, fortification, and destruction. Now moving right on along to Chaos 2. In Chaos 2 you get two other shards that can both be very nice. You get defense crit strike, increases defense crit chance of the affected tower by an additional 15%. And you get Encroaching Flames. Flame Aura has a 30% chance to deal 60% more damage. Now, Encroaching Flames is going to be the better of these shards, and what I personally would do in this situation, in Chaos 2 moving to Chaos 3, would be to use Defense Crit Strike, Encroaching Flames, and Destruction. These three shards are going to be your best in slot early on in game. The reason I say Defense Crit Strike over Defense Crit Damage is if you don't crit, it just don't matter. So get your crit chance up and not worry about your crit damage. Now moving on even further, we're in Chaos 3 now, and the Deadly Strike Shard is going to drop, and this is another one that is just a super, super hot item. Now, once you get Deadly Strikes in Chaos 3, you're going to want to go ahead and take that Deadly Strikes and replace the Defense Critical Strike Shard, as you just get more raw power out of your defense power than you do your crit. So your ideal setup is going to be Deadly Strikes, Encroaching Flames, and Destruction. And then last but not least, you move on to Chaos 4 and you pick up the coveted Defense Rate Shard. Once again, another shard that you're going to use all the way through to the end game until you eventually gild it, and it is going to be best in slot on almost any defense. In fact, when it's gilded, it will get defenses down to the speed cap, and it is a super, super hot item. Don't accidentally sell any of your defense rates. So when we get to Chaos 4, you're going to want to bring a Deadly Strikes, Defense Rate, and Destruction. Now, these 3 shards will get you through the rest of the game until you can take it up one more notch and either gild the shards or, like in the case of Destruction, replace it with Mass Destruction. These 3, without a doubt, are best in slot. Now, if, say, you just don't care about the range and you want more power, you could get rid of Deadly Strikes and put that Encroaching Flames back in, and then Encroaching Flames, Defense Rate, and Destruction would be your best in slot by Chaos 5. Now in Chaos 5, you're going to get Vampiric Empowerment, which is not a shard that is exceptional. You will find niche places to use it throughout the game. However, the majority of the game is going to be able to be completed with just those 3, the big trifecta of Deadly Strikes, Defense Rate, and Destruction. So hopefully this helps everyone decide which shards to use on their flame auras as they are progressing through the game. If you do have any questions or comments, feel free to let me know down in the comments section below, and I'll do my best to get them answered. So thank you once again. Click that like button and please subscribe to the channel, and I will be back real soon with more Dungeon Defenders 2. Now on that same note, it is Friday. So it's Trendy Friday Fun Day starting at 12 noon Pacific Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, over at Trendy's Twitch page. Now immediately following Trendy, I'll be going live on my Twitch channel at 1 p.m. Pacific Time, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. So feel free to swing on by and say hello. I'm going to be doing some public matches over on Twitch. Not really sure what matches we're going to do yet, what tiers we're going to do, leaving that all up in the air for now. However, one thing is for sure, we will be having some DD2 fun live over on Twitch at 1 p.m. So thank you all once again, and I will see you next time around. Take it easy.